Guys, what's going on? It's your boy Big Drizzlax. Thank you so much for joining me in another episode here at OGHQ. I'm actually going to launch straight into a story. I end up going to have dinner with one of my friends. It's actually pretty close to where I used to work. So I'm driving home. I'm doing about 80 kilometers an hour, which is about 60 miles. And I got the music pumping, the windows down a little bit. It's dark already. Split second timing, I end up seeing a brass buckle, something that the truck drivers will use to secure their loads. And I try to swerve, but the back tire actually hits it and it pierces the tire. Now, I have about 3 or 4 cars around me, and as I'm getting off the road, I cut one guy off pretty bad. He doesn't know that my tire's busted because it's on this side, and he's next to me over here. He's yelling, screaming. I pull up in the first side street, and I got a flat tire. Now, Mr. EDC over here, no torch in the car, no charger for the phone. My phone's on 12%, and I'm thinking if I've got to call somebody to come and help me and I can't get this done, get the tire changed, I don't even know what the spare looks like. I pull the spare out, everything's all good. There's farmland there, and it's just the beginning of where houses are. This is at the bottom of Wheelers Hill in Glen Waverley. If anybody's from Melbourne and knows what I'm talking about, it's this really steep hill. Down the bottom of the hill, it's extremely dark though. I'm fumbling around and I'm thinking to myself, Mr. EDC doesn't have a torch. This is kind of embarrassing because I'm always telling you guys to be organized, to have your, quote unquote shit together. And that time I wasn't organized. Had a whole bunch of kits in the studio. This is actually one of them right here. This is from Data Crew. This is something that I've put together since, and this lives in the car right now. And this is where an Olight Seeker 4 would have come in handy. Now on YouTube, there are a lot of influencers that talk a lot of crap to sell items to people that they don't really need. Now, I don't know if you're really into torches or if you need a torch, but if you don't have a torch for your car, I would highly, highly recommend grabbing something like this. It's built like an absolute tank. Let me just pull it out of my little kit here. If you guys want to see a video on my car kit, let me know. This is from Data Crew, and it's packed out pretty nicely. Got the Olight pen in there as well, which matches this torch. But I digress. In situations like that, where you're kind of saying to yourself, something like that will never happen to me, it happened to me. And I couldn't believe that I was that guy. Mr. EDC channel, Mr. Stay Organized, Mr. Have Your Crap Together, was at the bottom of a hill, fumbling around, taking things out of the car, out of the boot to get to my spare, and then changing the tire pretty much in the dark, which was ridiculous. Now, the best thing about this torch is that it's magnetic on the end of it, right? So it would stick anywhere in your car. You could stick it anywhere on the side of the door. It'd be shining down. I wear hats all the time. You guys know that. I wear caps. So this is going to look a little bit stupid, but it would have been better than what I had. I didn't want to waste the battery from my phone, and having one of these would have been fantastic. $86 for this to live in the glove box. It comes with this magnetic charging cable, and you just plug it in there, USB-A, and it's always handy. Even just for things like accidents, I mean, they're gonna happen on the road. So I truly believe that you should have one of these torches in your kit on the road. The one thing that I don't really know how I would use is the UV light. If you have any suggestions in the comments, maybe let me know. Also, I just want to know if you've ever been stranded on the road and a torch could have come in handy to help you out. Now, the UV could be used in jobs, I guess, like cleaning, to check if the toilets are clean, in hotel rooms, bedding, things like that. If you're a watch dealer, I guess for the loom, which I'll shine some UV on my watch in a minute. I actually saw somebody on YouTube just dropping it off a fence, throwing it off a balcony, doing all this crazy stuff to it. It was just a short 60-second video, and it just kept working. It just kept going. Nothing was breaking, and when you hold it, it is quite substantial. On the inside, when you first get it, you're going to have to undo the top. There'd be a yellow piece of plastic that you have to remove. The batteries are 18,350 3.6 volt, 1100 milliamp hour battery, which is pretty killer. The way that it charges is, of course, magnetically, which you love. It has 3 LEDs at the front, 2 are for the light and 1 is for UV. The torch locks when you hold it down, and it'll just lock. So it's locked right now. To unlock it, you just press down and it'll go onto moonlight mode, which is very, very low. On the box, it actually says that it is 2 lumens. So that'll give you an idea of how low that is. And then it'll go low, medium, high, low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Let's put it down on low. And then if you want to get turbo, which is 1200 lumens, double click. And that is insane. That is blinding. It is insanely blinding. So let's get rid of that. On turbo mode, you can get 120 meters in throw. So if you're out there camping, you can use this. It'll come in extremely handy. The clip goes both ways, so you can clip it onto your pants, clip it onto your hat. I do wish that the clip was a little bit better designed. There is something a little bit off with the lip right here. I just think it would be better if it was a little bit bigger, so when you're putting it in your pocket that it could actually catch. You do have to use 2 hands. For me personally, doesn't really matter. I leave it in this pouch. It'll be living in the glove box, and next time I get a flat tire, I'll have a torch. So there's not really much more to this thing. I don't know what else to say about it, but if you're gonna get caught out there, please be prepared, because you never know what's going to happen. And look, there's always going to be those people that talk about having a torch on your phone, but it is not the same thing. The magnet on here will attach to the bonnet of your car, and you can actually have a look at what is wrong. It's also a safety thing. I truly believe that for women as well. If you're in the dark and you have a torch, it's a great way to feel a little bit safer by lighting up a situation and seeing what is going on. In a lot of instances, for $86, this thing could save your life. It could come in extremely handy, and why not have one in your glove box? Now, if you don't want to get a pouch from Data Crew, because they are kind of hard to get, these are fairly affordable. These are pouches from Topo Design. You can have band-aids in here, you could have a pen in here, a torch, a charger, all that kind of stuff, and just be prepared for the road. It doesn't hurt to throw something like that in the glove box. Something that really gets to me these days is that you go to McDonald's and they have paper straws. So I actually have a small little pouch like this where I have a metal straw in there. And when I'm going through the drive-thru, I usually say I don't need a straw because I'll use my own. I just can't stand the feeling of those paper straws. I don't know if any of you guys like that. So yeah, fantastic little torch, an absolute beast, highly recommended. Olight is having their sale 8 o'clock 14th of June here in Australia, and also you can use my code OGT10 to save 10% after the sale is over as well. Why pay full price when you can save that little bit? Hey, money's money. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, putting up with my stories. I hope that you don't get caught out on the road as well, but if you do get caught out, Seeker 4 Mini, highly recommended. Thing is built like a tank, just great to have. All right, going to leave it there. I'm going to thank Jane as well for always looking after me at Olight. It is much appreciated. Till the next time, it's been your boy Big Driz. Peace.